So, you searched the Purdue Libraries catalog and found interesting sources that look like they'll be very helpful to writing your research paper. Now, you just need to get a hold of these materials to read carefully and make sure that they are credible and relevant. This short video will explore how to access physical and electronic materials such as articles, books, ebooks, and more from the Purdue Libraries catalog to help you in your research process. Getting a hold of materials for you to read and possibly incorporate into a project or paper is only part of the research process. To learn more about using the Purdue Libraries catalog to find relevant materials, see the previous video in this collection. Once you have found a source that looks relevant to your research topic, you can find out more information about it, as well as how to access it by clicking on the source's title in blue. Here you will be brought to the record, which contains detailed information. Scrolling down the page or selecting the Details section from the left side navigation menu will bring you to more complete information about the source, such as the title, author, list of subject terms, publication source, date information, a short description of the source, and more, which will help you further decide if you want to locate the entirety of the article, book, or chapter. Within the library's catalog, you can find physical print materials that are housed in a library on campus, or electronic materials, which you can locate right away from an electronic device. Pay particular attention to the type and format in the catalog record, which will tell you if the item you're interested in is a book with a certain number of pages, or if it's an electronic resource that you can download or read online. You will probably want to examine both print and electronic books and scholarly peer-reviewed articles for a research paper. So make sure you don't exclude certain kinds of items just because they're not immediately downloadable or because you need to retrieve them from a physical library. They may still be very useful to you. To access a full text option for either a physical or electronic source, meaning you can read the source in its entirety, you can scroll down to the section directly below the Send To section. Depending on the kind of source it is, this section will be called Get It for print materials that you can locate on a library shelf, Find Online for books and articles that you can find in print and online, or View It for electronic materials. For electronic resources, this section will show a list of available databases or organized collections of articles, books, data, and more for locating the source. By clicking the database option in blue, you will be automatically brought to a new window with the full article, book, chapter, or more available for you to start reading or to download for later. For physical materials, you see a library location along with the floor number and a call number that looks like a sequence of letters and numbers. You will see below this information how many copies the library has access to, how many are currently available, and how many requests there are for an item. If you cannot access the full text item online or in print from one of the Purdue Libraries locations, you can always visit the Interlibrary Loan website to request the item from another library system. Once you've accessed an article or book chapter that looks relevant, you need to save it and its citation somewhere convenient for you to include in your bibliography or works cited list later. The catalog makes this very easy as it provides a convenient embedded citation tool that you can use to collect the citations for your sources. By clicking on the citation button under the Send To section, you can generate an automatic full citation for the source. You can select the citation style needed from the left side of the pop-up screen and copy the text to a text file for later use. Make sure to check with your instructor about the citation style they want you to use for your research paper. For more information on how to cite sources for a research project, see Module 3 in this video series. This brief video introduced ways to access materials from the library's catalog. We explored detailed record-level information for each source, accessed the full text of relevant sources, and created citations using the embedded citation generator. For additional help with accessing information for a research project, please visit the Purdue Libraries Ask a Librarian page at www.lib.purdue.edu/help/askalib.